So starting very soon, I'll be playing a match against Adriana Nikolova, and it's going to be a 12 game match of blitz and bullets. So I did a little bit of preparation, but it'll be a decent amount of games. So what I did, one of the things I did in preparation for this match is I put all the games we've ever played on chess.com into a chess study. And this is a place where I can kind of see what openings might be most expected. Are you being aggressive or solid in the matches? It depends. I'm just gonna play hopefully at a decently high level, and then if the position calls for aggressive chess, I'll be aggressive. If it calls for solid chess, I'll be solid. Sometimes it's better to take every position as it is rather than trying to go in with a certain style. Any gambits? We'll see. Um, I can't quite remember if I've played any gambits against her. I played the Brooklyn against her once, I think. Wasn't quite this game. I played the Alekhine against her once. Oh, this was O'Sullivan. She didn't take the pawn. So I guess even if I play a gambit, there's no guarantee she accepts. If you can win Miss Stafford Gambit, I'll give 2K bits. Okay. Challenge may be accepted. Did I play the Stafford against her? She's probably prepared for Stafford. Wait, let's look at the black games. I did. How did this go? Also, I lost the last time I played the Stafford against her. Um, Bishop takes g4. This is not the most common move, but it's playable. If we get this position again, I'm supposed to take. And maybe I could try to make this work. Um, is f5 playable? f5 is just bad. I mean, this position is objectively bad for black. But I'll see. Bishop e7. Any way to deviate? Bishop g4, queen d3. Yeah, I feel like she'd be happy to enter this line again. I think castling makes the most sense. Knight d2. Yeah, so I guess if we repeat this line, what should I play? I play queen e7. Maybe queen f6 is the way to go. After takes. This is how I prepare openings. I basically play through the moves and check with the engine, try and find some potential ideas. So f3 I take on g3. Um so I guess king f1 is natural, but then c5. Bishop d1. f3. And then just take the pawn. Bishop d1 is insane. It's such a funny move because ideas to ensure that f3 doesn't attack the bishop so we can just take after white plays f3. Okay, maybe I can get away with a Stafford. We'll see. Anyone who plays you has to prepare Stafford. Yeah. It's actually like kind of nice because I've played in like in these serious classical tournaments. I've talked to my opponents after the game, and a significant portion of my opponents have told me that they prepare the Stafford beforehand. Because the games that make the database, some of them are title Tuesday games where I play the Stafford. So it just shows up in their like when they're preparing for me. Thank you, Elite Donut, with the Prime sub. Oh, welcome back to Toggy too. How's it going, Toggy? I'm joining nice and early. So I'm not sure if Adriana will challenge me. I'm pretty sure we're friends. So we're gonna start with 5-5. Okay, here we go. Shout out to Adriana. I encourage people to watch both commentaries. I gotta start with a Stafford, right? I prepared all these other like openings beforehand, but we're starting with a Stafford. Probably not the best thing to do in a slower game, but we'll see. We'll see how prepared she is. She's probably gonna repeat the same line. D4, Queen H4. I'll pre-move this. Yeah. I'd be so funny if I got to play this. Okay, she plays Queen C2, which puts me out of prep. I mean, I could play this. We trade, I take. Let's try it. So the idea is if takes, I play Rook D1, take, 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 take. I win F2 in the end. But Bishop E3 is a fine move. Now I probably should retreat the bishop. Like Bishop D6. Yeah, I was not planning to play the Stafford the first game, but I've been challenged. I'm accepting the challenge from Shawarma. Have to get the gambits out of my system. Yeah, she's playing super solidly. I'll put the rook on E8. So trying to pressure the E4 pawn. White cannot castle queenside, which is probably the safest place for the white king. Castling kingside walks into mate in 1. So knight F3. I really want to take in queen H3. I have time to calculate. Take, take, queen H3. There's queen E2. I mean, there's also take, take, F5. F5, E5. There's also bishop F4. Debating what to do. Not seeing anything super attractive though. I think I probably should take and I really want to make F5 work. F5, E5.
Yesterday I said Eric Mr. Mate in one review. Tide #ND have to apologize. I saw a ghost.
That's okay. I accept your apology. There. This is the danger of playing the Stafford. Just get a position down a pawn in the middle game. And she's barely used any time too. She might be considering f4, which would be nice because then I triple fork all the things. This is the most solid move. And now, yeah, queenside castling is coming, and it's kind of hard to stop, although I could play this, which does tie down the rook to defending a2. So, yeah, at least I have a position I can kind of work with now. Like, white still has all 8 pawns. e5, okay. Gonna have to retreat. Yeah, it feels like I'm about to get squished. Queen d5 maybe. Rook g1 and then g6. And then maybe the bishop can redevelop, and this pawn could be a weakness. So going for a positional compensation. My tactical compensation didn't really add up to much. Ideas now of c5. And maybe the queen can find a home on f5. Queen f5, bishop h6, pressure the pawn. a4. Yeah, I'm just diving in. Like, there's no protection for the queen, but I mean, the idea is to just apply as much pressure as possible. Bishop h6. I think I should play a6 first. Like, given the situation of the bishops, it's actually good that white's pawns are all on dark squares. Maybe this move. So there is rook g5, queen h3. White could castle now too, but then the pawn is kind of abandoned. I mean, if rook g5, queen h3, then bishop h6 will come with tempo. h2 will be attacked. c5 is looming. And she might be preparing f5. I think I'd still go for this. Now it's a question after rook g3, do I actually want to take this pawn? Okay, that's not happening. So now bishop h6. So if I play queen f5, there's queen e4. Which is actually kind of annoying. So I think I play queen e6 here. Yeah, this is turning into a fight. Like I'm still on a pawn, but position's definitely stabilized. I have c5. Queen b3 is interesting. Queen b3, bishop e3 though. And let's try it. At some point I should probably play king b8. Like right now. I mean, rook a3. This move. Preventing rook a3. Also preparing this idea. Okay, the white king kind of found some safety. c5. Maybe rook here. For a moment, I thought I blundered this, but okay, it's still off limits. Like, the queen's almost trapped on b3. Because, yeah, queen b5 runs into c4, so queen actually has no squares now. But can I actually attack the pawn? Maybe not. I'm not sure what my plan is. Let's go back. It feels like I'm playing without a plan. King b8. I mean, now I have c5, actually. c5, rook a3, c4. Take. c5, rook a3, queen e6. Okay, kind of risky. Queen e4 is coming, but let's play this. Expecting queen e4. I'm thinking c4. I could take, but I like the idea of fixing these pawns. Because now the a pawn and b pawn are long-term weaknesses. There's that move which I completely forgot about. b5 doesn't work. Yeah, that's not good. I mean, takes. I'm definitely suffering here. Can the king come up? Even if it could, it walks into rook g5. Okay, so the bishop returns to active place. I should centralize the king. I can't play king e6 with f5. What to do here? I have a plan. Now here, I take with check. Tricky plan. Yeah, it looks like a blunder at first, but there's a lot of X-ray vision here. And the king will come to d5 to defend the pawn. And maybe I play like rook b3, trying to figure out how to apply maximum pressure. The bishop can maneuver. Maybe the plan is to put the bishop on d8 and then go after the a5 pawn. Because white's a bit stuck here. Have to be thinking long term. Have to watch out for this move, like rook e5 ideas, but thankfully I can take with a rook. Oh wow, so I can't take because this move. So I think I just move back. Oh no, I can't. I wasn't sure what to do there. Yeah, I'm gonna get a setup. Wow, what a weird position. White still has all 8 pawns. But I pretty much have a fortress. And if anyone's playing for a win, it's probably black. Yeah, she wants to play f5. This could be a very long game. Buckle in. What's my plan? Oh, she goes for f5. So I hit the rook. My king looks relatively safe. Like, the pawns are weak now, but at least it's equal material. Maybe my king can, like, worm its way into the white territory. That's a good move. Maybe f6. Might be in some trouble here. Okay, so if takes, I play rook e3. I'm definitely under pressure. Okay, hitting the rook and the pawn. King g4, I have this move. Still tricky though. Giving up most of my queenside pawns. Man, this position completely exploded. I'm down. I'll be down 2 pawns, but my king is activating. Bishop's pinned. I have the pass c pawn. I have this idea. It's still not over though. Take rook a8. We might get rook versus, and the king can come back. I should be able to hold on to the pawn, I think. And bishop comes here, covering that. There. Oh yeah, I'll play this. Creating the bridge. And then here I just play king a2. I don't know how I'm winning this game. What a long fight. I was probably much worse at some point after she broke through with f5. Oh, okay. Crazy game to start the match. I don't know how much of a break we'll take, but at least have a small breather. Oh, Shawarma's driving home. Yeah, take your time. Don't send bits and drive. Yeah, I think I was much worse around here. I was more scared of what was I scared of? Like this move. There's an idea that like white can play this, and if this, there's rook d6. I just get mated. Like some crazy idea. Let's see. Yeah, rook g6. It's not losing though, because I have rook f2. Not sure if I would have found that. Okay. We move on. So yeah, we'll be able to analyze after the probably after the match. Okay, so I'm going to play the Alapin Sicilian. I know this is an opening she plays as white, but it's an opening I've recently adopted from the white side as well. And I did a little bit of prep for her, expecting bishop g4. e6 is a move. It's actually the move I play as white, or as black. I didn't prepare this specifically for her, though. Bishop e7, knight b5. Wait, knight b5, knight a6. Yeah, this is where it would probably help to like know some theory. I usually play knight c6 instead of bishop e7. I think now I'm happy to play bishop e3. Yeah, the Alapin can be a very tricky opening, especially if black's not prepared. In this case, I'm not really super prepared, but trying to make it work. So if takes, maybe that's nothing special. And there's queen b3, which is maybe a move. There's bishop e2.
Hi Eric, hope you're having a good day in Rosen
Hello.
tea.
Thank you, Biblio Penguin. I want to play this, but not sure about it. Okay. I'm on my own here. Take. Bishop d3, take. Pawn takes, there's bishop b4, knight c3. Maybe I'll go for this. And after takes, I mean, I could take with knight. I don't want to allow knight c5, though. I was kind of hesitant to capture with a pawn, but I think that's the way that you're supposed to play these positions. So she played b6, going for the fianchetto. Hard to stop bishop b7. I feel like I should be looking to trade queens sooner rather than later. But maybe I just castle. So if ever knight g4, I have bishop f4. Bishop e7, maybe queen a4. It's just important to note, my knight's pinned to this mating square, so have to be very careful here. What if I take with queen? Take with queen, and then like take with the other knight. I like taking with pawn, though. Like, even though I'm accepting an isolate queen's pawn, it gives me more space. It prevents knight c5. Just realizing knight c5 is still possible, though, because my Bishop on d3 is not defended. I think it should be okay. Like knight c5, I could take on h7. I could maybe even take and like rook d1. I imagine she's calculating knight c5 though. Maybe I take on h7. Whatever it takes back, I take. If bishop takes, I have knight c7. Queen h5. Yeah, so now this is a major threat. Or is it? Probably something I don't want to deal with. Knight e5 is a move. Knight e5 and bishop e2 are the two candidate moves. I think I'll go for knight e5. It does allow this move knight g4, after which I probably have to take, and then looking at the line f3. Just block the bishop, attack the queen. And this knight could be a long-term issue for black. So it can't really come to c7. Although just as I'm saying this, knight could come to b4 and d5, which I completely forgot about. Yeah, probably not the best thing to allow. Actually, this is such a strong move. Like great square for the knight. I don't really want to concede the bishop. So bishop b1. I feel like this completely backfired. I mean, it's not losing, but Bach is getting just such a good position. Yeah, I should have played bishop e2. It still would have allowed knight b4. But the bishop's just not happy here. But maybe, okay, have to make the most of it. It does have a diagonal. Thank you, demo pack. So I'm below a minute. But with a 5-second increment, as we've seen in the previous game, it's possible to survive. Not sure what to expect. I mean, knight d5 is like the most natural move. Now, I think I'll play queen d1. Like, not the move I want to play. Yeah, it's really time for damage control. Not sure what she can be considering here. I guess she doesn't have to move the queen. If takes, I would take on h5 first. And black does have a decision to make, whether to take the bishop on e3. Because it gets the bishop pair, but also gives me two center pawns. And transforms the position. Yeah, we could be approaching another time scramble. Yeah, we can see the current match score next to our name. So this is only our second game of the match. Okay, bishop e4 is a move. There's actually an interesting idea with bishop e4, which I think I'll go for. The idea is to take the knight. Like if a6, I take the knight. If bishop takes, I play knight c7 and just trade a little bit. I wonder if I can get away with this move. Take, take. Yeah, it feels like such a weird move to play, giving away my last bishop. But I'm happy to at least have survived the middle game. We're going into the end game. It'll be knight versus bishop. Yeah, these pawns can probably be more of a strength. Like the king will come in. It's the only open file on the board, so makes sense to put a rook there. Knight d3 or knight f3 or knight c6. Choices, choices. Like maybe knight c6. It's the trickiest move. I give this and this. G4. G4 is still possible. Now maybe I take. Although there's probably no need. Okay, another rook ending.
"17 months of watching Eric. You can win this game."
It's a fight. Take 5. I think I should take here first. Knight e5 was a mistake, I think. Yeah. Allowing rook f2. Have to lose the pawn. I mean, black can choose which pawn to take. Might be threatening this. The king pawn ending. Maybe I put the king back. Do I want to play for a win? I guess there's no risk. There. That's such a risky move now. But there's no time to calculate. Take. Yeah, I can't afford to trade. Mm. This pawn could be an issue. It should still be a draw, though, I think. Rook d5 coming. Or just that. Yeah, this should be a draw. I mean, maybe I can try for something. If this, I play this, and then say, oh no, my pawn, and then skewer. I have to be careful not to lose. I think it's still okay, though. And once the king goes up, then I can check on f6. I should probably go after the h-pawn. And we're having some like long endgame battles. I do have to be careful here. That reminds me of a Philidor position. I mean, she's trying everything to attempt to win this. Rook a3 would maybe be a mistake because king here. Yeah, actually black has to be a little bit careful not to overpush. Oh, tricky move. I can't take the pawn. But I can keep giving checks. Ooh. Okay. Draw by repetition. Good game. What a game. I have to remember to stretch. Okay. So we're playing 4 games of 5-5. Played 2 so far. Thank you, Shawarma.
Stafford Gambit bit challenge. Win a game with the Budapest Gambit for another 2k bit. Or play any opening in a blindfolded game against Adriana and win for 4k bits. Good luck and may the bits be in your favor.
Wow. I don't know. Well, I can't play a Budapest here. She's playing a London. And even if I play knight f6, I'm pretty sure she would still play a London. So, blindfold, I don't know if I could do on chess.com. Because you can't really type in the moves. Okay, so we have a line. I'm going to play this kind of trendy CD4 knight h5 line. I think Wesley So was the first one to make this popular. But then recently at the Olympiad, Fabiano Caruana played this line. Had like a really nice win with the black pieces. And the Caruana game reached this position. His opponent played knight e5. And then he played knight f6. And the game went f4, queen b6, I believe. Yeah, I think g6 used to be the more common move after knight e5. But this is a really tricky line. Like, even though I've moved my knight twice, it seems like I've lost time. I get initiative. I hit b2. Queen b3 is the best move. And now, what did I think Fabiano played knight g8.
When my 2-year-old sees a chessboard, she says, "Ooh, Eric Rosen."
Oh, that's great. Should send me a video of that. It sounds hilarious. Okay, so speaking of hilarious, I've moved my knight a bunch of times. But this is what Fabiano did, so I think it's okay. And I'll redevelop to e7. The Fabiano game was a bit different because the queens weren't traded, but he eventually played knight h6. But very often the knight will find its way to f5 or just stay on e7, reinforce the c6 knight. And one reason for repositioning the knight is to get in pawn f6, to remove the knight from e5. So there's some kind of deep positional strategy here. White either has to retreat or capture. Now knight f5. I think I'll play bishop d7 first. Am I scared of c4 though? c4, knight f5. So this is actually like a very cozy position. It feels safe and sound. But it is a question like how to proceed. Because king f7 could walk into this move. Maybe I'll start with this. No, h5. Yeah, again, for those just joining, this is a 12-game match against fellow streamer Adriana Nikolova. And for the most part, we're focusing on just gameplay. But then after the match, there will be time to hopefully analyze games and answer whatever questions people have. Okay, so rook d8. I mean, white's setup is pretty solid here too. I think I'll start with rook d8. Ensuring the knight's not pinned. Maybe I want to go for knight a5. Play on the queen side. I feel like I'm managing my time better this game compared to some of the previous games. So, okay, she's going for g4. Do I allow it? Hmm. I think I do. I'll play bishop c7. The idea is I'm clearing the square for the knight on d6. And then if g4, okay, I'll start by take, and then knight d6. Pressure the bishop. Maybe I just want to play knight d6 anyway and get the bishop pair. Like take, knight e7. The other knight can maybe come to f5. And then I'll hit the b5 pawn. And if ever c4, I take, and then d4 becomes a target. So she's kind of doing the same thing, freeing the d3 square for the minor piece. Let's go for this. So I'm unleashing the bishop, hitting the pawn. I could play b5 here. Yeah, b5 is like a very thematic move for having double pawns on the queen side. Like not only trying to control c4, but also exploiting the pin on the a file. And if she plays b3, I could consider taking and then playing b5 again. It's one of the advantages of having double pawns. Sometimes you can play the same move back to back. So doing well on time. Up over a minute. And yeah, there's 3 attackers. Pawn, bishop, and rook. Only 2 defenders. A5 doesn't really work. But she wants to play knight c5. That's a good idea. I think I should take and play a3. White will get some counterplay, maybe. I wonder if I have bishop a5. I guess knight c5, bishop a5 takes defends c3. So I'm trusting that this configuration is kind of held together. Now the other knight wants to come to c5. So there's a few options here. I could play bishop b6. Take. Looks pretty good. So after knight c5, I put the knight on c4. Yeah, meanwhile, I just want to pressure the c3 pawn. And knight c5 is still maybe coming. I guess knight c5 now. Take, knight b7. And I'll try and win the c5 pawn. Yeah, the opening was a London. Very positional strategic variation of the London. It was an early knight h5. I chased the bishop to a square where it's not so happy. Okay, still takes work. And there's a2. She wants to do this and this. I'm trying to figure out a plan. I'm thinking knight e4. Knight e4, take. Allows c4 though. I'm gonna play f5. It's not a move I even considered until a few seconds ago. But f5, the idea is to play knight e4 and then recapture with the f pawn. And if she goes for this, I just put the rook on a7. Maybe I start with this. I don't want to commit too soon. Now take. It's looking good. I mean, a pawn supported. Knight c6 is coming. Rook b6, I have this. Maybe this. Still tricky. g4, I play rook a7 probably. And this rook can't really move. So if I take in rook a4, and this looks pretty good. I think all the games so far have reached a rook ending. Okay, first game there is a bishop to accompany the rooks. But every single game reaching the endgame. Yeah, maybe king f7 is... Although... Yeah, king f7. Check, I play king f6. So now both pawns defended. And I probably should just take on d4. Trade once. And then the pawns can start rolling. So d3 will threaten mate in 1. This move I take. Still fighting. I guess e5. Almost didn't consider e5. I think overall that was a nice positional game. Like I got this this new trendy opening prep. Knight f6, queen b6, and then knight g8. Following exactly Fabiano. I think this was Fabiano's first game in the World Cup. So, I think we have one more game of... One more game, right? Of 5-5. Why did I play king f7 first? Like king f7 in the early stage or the later stage? Oh, I wanted to defend the e-pawn. I didn't want to give away the e6 pawn. Let's play knight f3 this game. Yeah, towards the end there were probably a few ways to convert. But I was trying to just keep full control. King f6 probably would have been very similar. Yeah, there are certain cases where multiple moves will win. Okay, so I'm gonna play this this c4 line, and then knight c3, and then b3. Ah, I saw she's played this line before, the c5 move. I didn't actually like prepare this so seriously though. I should have looked at it. Okay, I think I'll take. And then d4. I mean, black lost a tempo playing c6 and c5. And might lose another tempo. Like, if the bishop develops, I take. So I feel like we've reached a position where white has at least one or two extra tempi. But a6 is useful. It prevents knight b5, knight d4. Okay, let's play rook c1. Bishop d3, maybe h3. Although I guess I have to address the fact, like, does black want to play d4? h3, d4. Yeah, maybe I should play knight a4 here. I think it's a useful move. Controls d4 one more time. Also prepares knight c5, unleashes the rook and the bishop. Like, very multi-purpose. Oh, thank you, G-Cook. Yeah, if you want to analyze on your own, you can always find the game on chess.com, run the game review. Yeah, so I played this opening a couple times, at least similar openings in Switzerland, the Biel tournament. Actually, I learned this knight f3 e3 opening like during the tournament, basically studying Hikaru's online blitz games. And very often it will lead to these IQP positions. So let's go for knight c5. Although I should consider bishop a3, rook e8. But knight c5 looks super solid. Hitting the bishop, hitting the pawn. Queen is kind of tied down to preventing double pawns. So like if queen e7, the queen might be overworked and maybe I can take. But I only want to take on f6 if it's like truly good for white. Because this is such a strong piece. And this bishop is not really helping cover the dark squares on the king side. Oh, some discussion about like the previous game, king f7 versus king f6. I don't think there was a big difference. Maybe king f6 was like more logical, but yeah, there's certain moments in chess that aren't like super critical. So my previous game as white, I was the one with IQP. And there is a similar situation with the bishop defending the pawn, and then Knight could take the bishop, but we're not getting that here. I'm very happy to have traded knight for bishop. Black is getting some initiative though, so have to retreat. If I play rook c2, I wanted to keep the option open of queen a1, but there's knight b4. Wait a minute, rook c2, knight b4, queen d4. Yeah, let's play rook c2. Might run into bishop f5, but then bishop d3. Yeah, this queen a1 idea is quite nice in certain positions. Just create the battery. In general, it's very weird for the queen to go to the corner, but okay, now queen a1 has less power. I could play knight d4, hitting the now undefended bishop, also hitting the knight, which is attacked twice. Yeah, usually when you have the IQP, you want to be like trying to get some attack, like using the space advantage. But I think this is a nightmare scenario for black. Just there's really no attack, and yeah, we're trading the minor pieces. Now, generally, when you're playing against IQP, you don't want to trade off all the rooks. Trading off one pair of rooks should be fine. How to do this? Take. I could take and play rook c1. There is an idea to take and then play queen b6 as well, hitting the bishop and preparing rook c1. So rook c8, queen b6, queen d7. And then rook c8's coming. Can I play rook d1, rook c8, bishop f3? Now let's try this. It feels very close to being like completely winning, but yeah, it seems like black is holding on. And maybe bishop d3 first. I want to play rook c1, but then rook c8. I mean, it's still nice, but yeah, I guess I have to be patient. think I'll play bishop d3. And the plan is probably rook d1, bring the queen back. Probably play in the center. Maybe work towards some eventual e4 push. I mean, she might go for rook c8, rook c6. So let's say rook c8, rook d1, rook c6, queen d4. I'll still be threatening to take the knight. I don't think she'll want to play f5, which allows my bishop to become very powerful. So yeah, let's go for this. Hey, it's Bortnik Chess. What's up, Bortnik Chess? Shout out to Bortnik. Hope you had a good stream. If you're just joining, I'm playing a match against Adriana Nikolova. This is our 4th game out of 12. Be playing 12 games total. And I have a good position here, but I'm trying to figure out how to maximize advantage. And there's h4. I mean, I think I'll just be solid and centralize a queen. Maybe some idea like h4, h5, h6 isn't so crazy. Especially with h4 getting tempo on the knight. And time-wise, yeah, it's very, very nice. Using the clock as a weapon. All right, so let's go for h4. Knight is probably going to reposition. Could start with queen f4. Essentially prophylaxis against knight e5. Rook c1 almost works. I don't really want to trade queens given the time situation. Queen f3. Queen b4. But trading queens is pleasant. Okay, I think I'm going to trade queens. So hesitant. Taking bishop d4. Just enjoy the bishop pair. I think I misplayed this. But this will be a grind. I spent so much time like looking for an edge. Bishop a3. Maybe h5 first. And g5. I probably should have gone for a different plan. What to do? Bishop d4. This and this. So I give away the c4 square, but I cement the control over c5. It's a3. Bishop f5 first. Let's play this first. So close to trapping the rook. f4 take. F4. Taking a risk. I'm losing this pawn and probably this pawn, but bishop d3 looks interesting. Okay, so if rook takes, there's enough play, or there's check. I play this now. Looks like I'm very close to queening. Like if we trade rooks. So bishop h5, I take on d5. So I'm hitting the bishop. Probably just play king d2. And I probably could have pushed as well. Check. Okay, preventing knight e4, preparing this. I didn't do anything. I want to play this eventually. Oh, did I just blunder? Oh dear. Ah. Just blundered the piece. But where's the knight going? It's such a weird position now. Oh, what is this game? Oh my gosh. Okay, so once the king goes to h3, I play rook c5. I think I'm holding on for a draw. Ah, but maybe not. Um, I can't believe I'm losing this. Oh, I feel so dirty. That was my only chance. Okay, chess is a draw. Oh, I was not expecting the game to finish like that. Oh man. Oh, I feel so dirty. Yeah, this game. So I blundered knight e4, and then this position, I played e4 thinking I was winning. But then, yeah, then I allowed knight b5.
Dirty stalemate.
Yeah, so this is a proper technique, is when the opponent has a queen and pawns against king and rook, you put your rook here and then you put your king in the corner, basically. You wait for them to sack and give them enough time to pre-move too. Anyway, okay, so that was the first 4 games. We will move on to the 3+2 portion. Need to cool down after that game. Oh, let me turn on the heart rate monitor. I mean, so far this has been a pretty eventful match. The first game was like a crazy marathon Stafford Gambit battle. Got the stalemate trap.
You mean take a shower after that game?
Yeah. Maybe have to go to the spa. Some deep cleaning. Okay. What gambits to play? Not sure. I already got the Stafford Gambit. Not sure which gambits she would allow. She's playing London. Oh, she thought she won? Because she didn't realize why the game ended. Ah. Oh. Yeah, what to do? It's a good lesson though. Like, if you play actively enough, like especially blitz and bullets, it's a useful trick to know when you're losing. She thought I resigned. Ah. Yeah, have to see the clip at some point. Oh, Vienna. I was gonna try and play Vienna yesterday. I don't know if Jane Galt was watching yesterday, but I don't think I got the chance. So Vienna could maybe happen. Yeah, Adriana is streaming. Her channel is linked in the chat. I do encourage people to go show some love, show some good vibes. I think it's most interesting to probably watch both sides of our commentary. So, 3, 2. Wait, how do I send a challenge? Okay, so challenge is pending. She can accept whenever. It is nice to have kind of a small break. Okay, but now we're moving on. Okay, e4. Let's play Sicilian. Because the one game where she played e4, I played the Stafford. I'll play e6. So she can play c3, yeah. So this will be another Alapin. We had this position, except I was white. I played knight a3, so she's playing bishop d3. Let's play this. Queen e2, okay. Not something I'm so prepared for. Thank you, G Cook. Gifting 5. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think the plan is very simple. Like, play bishop b7. This maneuver is important to keep in mind. Knight b4, knight d5. Yeah, this pawn was not exactly capturable. Because after takes, bishop h7. And then, oh no, my queen. So she's taking time. And queen d6 has the benefit of preventing bishop f4. We see knight e4. Probably don't mind taking. And then g6. It's another IQP position. I think half the games this match have featured IQP positions. Yeah, so g6 preventing checkmate. And she's getting initiative. Oh wow, knight e5's coming. I mean, I only have 2 moves to consider here. Queen d7, knight e5, take. Maybe it's playable? Queen a8, knight takes d3, and then bishop a6 in the end. It looks super risky, but I think it's playable. And this is probably a good example of when having the isolated queen's pawn can be a good thing. Like white's controlling a lot of space, has attacking potential on the king side. I'm still underdeveloped too. But bishop e7 is coming next. Like hopefully it won't be too bad. Also have the time advantage. I imagine she's calculating these these lines. Like, she could take back with pawn. Okay, so rook c1, rook c8. There's an idea to move my knight and then have both queens attacked. Like, knight b4 is not the craziest thing. I mean, it is crazy, but maybe not the worst thing ever. Knight b4. I guess there's queen e2, but then queen d5. Rook c8 is maybe a safer option. I mean, once this knight moves, then everything will be attacking everything. d5, wow. Okay, I have queen. Wow. There's not too many moves here, but that's complicated. Okay, can't move the knight. Queen e6, take, rook d7. Oh no, queen e6, take, the bishop's attacked. Thank you, Pizza Racer. Oh, becoming a tier 1 sub. Yeah, takes, I'm winning one of these things. But my bishop's attacked, so it's not so simple. Yeah, what a crazy line. Take, bishop c5. I think I'll go for this. The idea is to create some potential bishop f2 tactics. Like, if takes, I have bishop f2 winning the rook. It's also important to note we switch from 5-second increment to 2-second increment, so it's going to be much harder to play in time pressure. You can now have this move. There's also knight d8, but I think this wins material. So I hit the rook, and I'm threatening to win the other rook. Oh, it has no time to fork. Okay, now these things are attacked. Threatening mate. Not quite mate, but at least a check. Yeah, preventing knight b3. Okay, that was a tricky game. Somehow made it work. So, do I play a... Oh, she's playing Caro-Kann. All right, let's play what I usually play. 2 knights attack. I'll follow my main opening prep. Yeah, she's, I think, most often a Sicilian player. I didn't realize she actually can play this, though. Like, I did a bit of opening prep for her, but I did not look at any Caro-Kann games. Yeah, this is a fun line. Oh, my queen! Oh no! Yeah, she doesn't take it though. Alright, I think I'd just castle here. I'll probably go for c3, d4. Hey, it's Ben and Karen. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the raid. If you're just joining, I'm playing chess against another fellow streamer, Adriana Nikolova. Shout out to Ben and Karen. That's an early stream for Ben and Karen. Like usually they stream in the evening. I hope it was a good one. So yeah, for those just joining, I'm playing a 12-game match. This is our 6th game so far. And more than half our games have featured positions with an isolated queen's pawn. I take with the c pawn. I could take with the rook. Take with rook. I hit the queen. Queen c7, bishop f4. Yeah, I like taking with a rook. Potential ideas for rook lift and yeah, still attack on the king side. Oh, they were doing tournament coverage. Nice. Oh, does Karen have karaoke? Wait, queen a5 is a move? I can play bishop g5. So if b5, I have knight c6. h6. I really just want to take and sack everything and hope it's checkmate. I should probably be a bit more civil. I'm keeping the tension. Okay, so now I have this move. Yeah, the queen is having a hard time finding a stable home. Probably rook d1. I could play b4 too. b4, queen b6. I'll save b4 for later. Like if bishop c5, then I play b4. It's very difficult for black to like complete development. And f7. Okay, how to attack. Bishop f4. My idea is to play b4, queen b6, bishop e3. Maybe I could have played f3. I should have played f3 in honor of the Ben raid. Yeah, she's being solid. I've just played g4, g5. Okay, let's go for it. My king is not really risking much being exposed. Now... Yeah, knight c6, queen... Oh, knight c6 doesn't do anything. Okay, let's get ready for the attack. So this move looks like it traps a rook, but it walks into the fork. Also looks like I'm losing a pawn, but pawn is probably poisonous. If I get in g5, takes, then the attack flows really nicely. Wow. Preventing my g5 by playing g5 herself. I wonder if I can play this move. Hitting the rook. I'm also threatening bishop takes g5 because the knight's no longer defended. So this looks pretty good. If the rook moves, I fork either square. And yeah, the queen will probably just return. And the bishop's still stuck. Yeah, that was an unexpected all-you-can-eat buffet. Okay. But it was a difficult position for black. Like, so much pressure. All right, moving on. So we have 2 more games of 3+2. Okay. I'll play, hopefully Oxford Typo is still here. I'll play the Brooklyn. I think I played this against her last time. But the Brooklyn, it's an interesting opening. It's actually a very easy opening to learn. It looks ridiculous because I lost 2 tempi with a knight. But white's pawn is a little bit overextended. And if knight takes e5, there's a funny line. There's actually a really funny line, which maybe we'll enter. But maybe we won't. But I'm pretty sure this is already like some opening success. And castle, I can't really take right away because I lose b7. Castling first. So bishop f4. I could consider h6 g5. There's also g6 right away. I like the idea of playing g5. Okay, so take, knight d4. Let's do it. I mean, she could play bishop e4. It's probably what's coming. And that defends the c-pawn. I'm not sure if I'm getting that much here. I guess the plan is still bishop g7 and then, I mean, maybe just moving back to c6. Or maybe bishop g7. That was unexpected. We'll start with this. If I want to take and support the knight. Yeah, now the goal is to bring the knight to g6 or c6. Put more pressure against the pawn. Yeah, I don't play the Brooklyn too often, but I imagine like it's probably very typical in the Brooklyn where white has this e-pawn where it could be a strength, but it could also be a weakness. So knight g6. I'm allowing bishop takes, but wouldn't mind that. Yeah, I don't know too many players who have the Brooklyn as their main opening. Although I remember playing in Europe once, and there was one player. I didn't play in the tournament, but their rating was like around 2100, and they consistently played the Brooklyn. One of my friends had to prepare for them. So it feels like I got a very reasonable position. Like we have another strategic endgame. Yeah, there's rook f5. There's also knight f3 might be a way to go. Take rook e3. Yeah, so I'm hitting the rook, offering the rook trade, also still pressuring the pawn. And if rook e3, I'll play knight h2. Idea is to put the knight on g4. Nice outpost square. I don't think I have to worry about like these ideas. And maybe there's this move. Bishop g5 actually might be a move. Trying to calculate. I'm calculating knight f2. It's not happening. Still knight f2 ideas. Play rook d7 first. I just don't want to deal with having to calculate that. But now what? Maybe h5. It feels weird to give away the square, but the bishop's still tied down to the pawn. Now, yeah, white's pawns are getting fixed on the dark squares, which does not combine well with a bishop situation. It's hard to find a plan. White's plan is probably this. I really don't know what to do here. Rook here. Oh, okay, now I have a plan. My bishop should have stayed on g7. I can have up to 3 attackers against a pawn. Okay. I have to stop knight c5 though. Okay, preventing rook c6. Bishop's actually quite useful here. Okay, now I can finally win the pawn, although there's rook e4. Almost flagged there. man, is my rook stuck? Rook might be stuck. Oh, dear. But how does white make progress? That's how. Oh, my knight. I'm completely rook stuck. Oh, this is so painful. Where's my stalemate? I don't know how that happened. Oh, my rook's completely stuck. There's no stalemate tricks, because when I move my rook, my c-pawn will be able to move. Yeah, well played. What to do? Okay. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a positional brilliancy from the Brooklyn, but c4 and yeah, I so much life regret. Good game though. All right, let's play English. Keep mixing it up. I forget what she plays against this line. It's A3 line. So this is our final blitz game, and then we play 4 games of bullets. Yeah, I haven't played this line in a while. This is a reverse Sicilian. Basically reverse Taimana variation. Chess.com calls this the Korchnoi line. And the simple idea, at least against this setup, is to pressure the e5 pawn. Like if f6, I play d4. Yeah, there's still this kind of nagging pressure. If takes, I'm happy to essentially have 2 center pawns against 0 center pawns. It's still pressuring the knight. Probably rook b1. So if bishop f5, I have bishop d3. And the plan is, I think, to castle. Probably put the bishop back on d3 eventually. Actually, if black castles, I play bishop d3 attacking this and this. Oh yeah, you can't spell Brooklyn without rook. I guess the rook is trapped within the word Brooklyn. So it was only fitting for the last game. I mean, let's start with this. E4 will come soon. So I'm threatening queen c4 to win the knight. And also queen c4 basically skewers a knight and the pawn. Maybe black has to play this move. I'm trying to calculate knight a5, what to do. Because c5 is now an idea. Maybe just queen e2. Maybe queen c2. Oh no, my pawn. Yeah, bishop takes a3 runs into queen a2 check. And I'm preventing c5 because I got off the pin on the d file. If c5 I take, rook c8 runs into queen a2 still. So rook c8 immediately. I want to do this, this, and this. Thinking bishop d2 here. Knight goes back. I have queen c6 now. Queen c6 is takes knight d8. Take knight d8 goes back. These situations I sometimes burn too much time. I like the idea. I can't afford to lose a3 though. Okay, let's start with this and then d5. Guess I'm allowing c6. Idea is to get the knight in. Bishop b4. I just hung a pawn. But every pawn lost is a file opened. Yeah, that was a really important pawn too. Knight h4. And then g3 coming. f4. Oh, there's almost some funny mating idea. f4 almost works. I'm still not a pawn, but I have some activity. Take. Yeah, I'm probably going to lose this. Black's a little bit stuck. Oh, good move though. Wait, that's a free pawn. Okay. Let's play this. I'm still worse. Okay, some hope. There's no king g6. Gain some time. Still playing for a win. Oh no. It's still tricky. I'm trying here. I think it's winning now. Because my rook will come here. Okay. Did not deserve to win that. Oh man. These rook endings. Oh. Okay. Need a small break after that one. Yeah, some of these like rook endgame positions, they seem like it should be a draw, but there's still life for both sides. I mean, h5 was a nice gift. Almost missed I could take the pawn with check. And then... yeah, the simplest way for black to draw that was when I played king e6, f5 check. And then after takes, this is a Philidor position, which compared to the game, black couldn't quite achieve. Like the rook got to the 6th rank, but then yeah, I think black had to like go this way at the right moment. Thank you, Pitch Bucket. Happy 23 and Speedy with a first time prime. Let me write. I need a small break. Maybe 2 to 3 minutes. So, I'm going to take a break. Been a lot of chess so far. The match is still going. It's currently 6-2 overall score. And we'll be back with more chess. So stay tuned. Okay. Yeah, a lot of these games have like so many plot twists towards the end. This one was 93 moves. How long was the first game? Let's see this.
Thanks for all
The first game was 78
content,
moves.
Eric.
But yeah, a lot of like kind of grinding endgames. Thank you, Pawn Nuggets. Happy 6 months. Someone says, I think I saw you in Vancouver today. You probably saw my evil twin or my random doppelganger. It's funny. I've gotten messages from people saying that they've seen me in places I haven't been. So I guess maybe there's a handful of people that look like me or trying to impersonate me. Oh no, my identity theft. So, I think we'll move on. Let me send a challenge. I'm gonna do 1 minute bullet. Wait. Challenge. Here we go. Do you have any GM norms? I don't, unfortunately. I was close a couple times. You saw me in Antarctica. I'm pretty sure you saw a penguin that maybe looks like me. Okay, it's bullet time. Why am I playing a Scandi? Oh, it's gonna be so hard to adjust to this. Haven't played bullet on chess.com in a long time. Okay, I think I'm winning c2. White's getting some counterplay. Somewhat passive rook here. Takes. I have bishop d8. I think saves me. Okay, looks like I'm maybe winning material. Ooh. Okay, let's start with check. Now the rook's attacked and it's tied down to both. Oh, good move. Every time I think I'm winning material, I'm not. But I'm up on time. Confusing position. Good move. Don't mate me. Bishop e8 is coming. And she's fast. Okay. Not used to having to pre-move so much. Okay, good luck. Let's repeat the c3 Sicilian. Oh, let's repeat the Caro-Kann. Yeah, 2 knights attack. Idea f4. I think I really want to play f4 here, but play knight h3 first. So knight e5, bishop a5. It was nice to predict a tactic like that. F4. I gotta move quicker. Man, I'm really down on time. But I'm up material. Good move. Trade queens with me. Almost trapping the queen. Queen's officially trapped. Clever. These pawns are so nice. Okay. Do I repeat the Stafford? Let's play this move. This is a Busch gas. It's like a weird version of the Stafford. I'll play this. If she takes, I play knight c6. Oh, wow. She's playing b4. What was that? Jonathan Schrantz. Let's just Jerome. It's Jerome time. Okay, so I sacked a piece for 2 pawns. A probably better version of like mainline Jerome. Turning this. Not winning anything. It's reminiscent of like a Halloween Gambit. They have a lot of center pawns. Just a lot of pawns in general. Not happy with this position though. Yeah. Wow. Mate with 2 seconds left. Okay. Oh, the pawns really crashed through there. Oh man. GG. Okay, let's play something solid now. Let's go back to this opening. She's gonna let's play this. And let's play this. Okay. Man, every game it feels like I'm down on time. Play this. This free pawn. Sneaky battery. Okay, we'll trade queens. Like rook a7. No, this should be good now. f6 is coming though. Another time scramble. Oh no. I got forked. Hey, it's a free rook. Pre-move time. Oh no, almost stalemated. Okay. 0.7 seconds left. I was really close. Actually, if we just look in slow motion towards the end. When I played this move, if she plays this, I guess it's still winning for white. It just takes... I have to give away the pawn because this is stalemate. So I would have had to play like this, 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 and then eventually get in. Okay, nice match. GG's. Oh, were some people watching this for bedtime content? Yeah, bullet chess is maybe wake up content. That was a messy final game. I was trying to be solid. Blindfold simultime. I gotta cool down a little bit after that. I can keep streaming though. Goodbye to Bunny Cube. Yeah, I'm happy to chill for a little bit, answer some questions. Welcome to Irene. Hello, hello. I mean, I could bring in the games. What's the easiest way to do this? If I go to the completed games. So we played 12 total. So I'm pasting all the games that we just played. So, yeah, the first game was a Stafford Gambit. And I got it like a pretty bad position from the opening. Although it turned out not to be super bad. Yeah, Queen H3, Queen E6. This is just a long, crazy game. Okay, at some point I could have played c5. Eventually it closed down a ton. And I should have been losing. At some point white was like completely winning. Yeah, if white played this move, I think I showed this like right after the game, rook g6. Because I want to play bishop d8 to defend the pawn, but rook d6, sacrificing the rook to checkmate my king in the center of the board. But what ended up happening, she took the pawn. Oh, and then here, okay, I'm just completely losing. King g4, defending everything. After rook h5, I got counterplay. And then it was just madness. I lost my queenside pawns. But my king found some interesting shelter. And I had this tactic, rook g3. Which, if I don't have rook g3, then it's still crazy. But yeah, this worked out nicely. Yeah, we can thank Shawarma for motivating me to play the Stafford. The one Stafford Gambit. This game... this game... I was more prepared for bishop g4. So e6 and then bishop e7. Wow. We both missed it. Black to move and win material. Also, let me change the stream title. Chess and chill chess. Maybe some people saw the engine move. This is not a tactic that you see every day, but I guess with the knight on b5 and queen on d5, you gotta be aware of it. c4. Good job to a few people. Hitting the bishop and the knight just loses material. So this is why I should have played bishop e2. Yeah, bishop e2 is just a more solid square. And there's a line b6, c4. Queen d8 castle. Okay. I don't think I'll go through every game. I want to take a look at the Brooklyn game, though. I actually want to show a funny line in the Brooklyn. I was hoping we would go into it, because she played... If we look in the Lichess database, like she played the most common move. And there's a trap here. If white plays the most common move for the next maybe like 3 or 4 moves, then white will fall into a trap. And okay, it starts with this. Now she took with pawn, but the most common move is knight takes. And the trap here is after bishop takes e2, queen takes e2, black can take on d4. We're still following the top moves. Oh, most people castle. But if white plays queen b5, here's where the trap comes in. Queen b5, knight d7. And it looks like white's doing quite well after knight takes d7. You imagine the queen will take, white will win back the pawn with a good position. But in this position, it's black to move and find the best move. And it's a really bizarre opening trap. Yeah, Papega chess player. I think Papega chess player is like one of the most OG mods on this channel. I don't remember when I made you a mod, but good to see you. Castling queenside. At first, it doesn't even look legal, but it's legal to castle if the rook moves through b8, as long as the king's not moving through a square that's attacked. And the point is, black defends the pawn, and then just prepares to take the knight the next move. And the knight can't move. If knight takes the bishop, then it's mate on d1. And black's up a pawn. Like, white's not winning back the pawn here. So a handful of people have fallen into this trap. Yeah, so queen takes d7 comes next. Engine will give maybe, yeah, close to -1 for black. I like the trap when you castle with check and take the rook with the king. Oh, I can show that. I open up a new board. Does white still score better? Yeah, it's actually close. Like, white has some compensation. Takes. But there's so few games. And black still has to be careful on the queen side. Do you ever feel like a dark squared bishop on a board with only light squares? What's that, like, that piece of art with a knight? It's like a 3x3 board and the knight's in the center and it can't move anywhere. And kind of very, very deeply artistic. Also kind of sad. Something about king f7. I don't understand king f7. I was going to show, because someone brought it up. I had a game once that went like this. I was black. Started as kind of a natural opening. Knight c6, queen d2, bishop e6, b3, knight e7, g3, and then d5. And after takes, and black was already like applying pressure, but my opponent played a3 here. And in this position, I mean, it was a blitz game, but in this position, I saw a funny line that actually happened in the game. And I essentially calculated until the end of the game. But I'll share the funny line. It was takes, queen d5, hitting this and this. White defends, I take the pawn. And then it looks like white wins back the pawn with rook b1. But this position is black to move. I'm curious how many people can find the best move for black. What's your greatest passion besides chess? I have a lot of other passions. I like tennis. I like food. Scrabble. Ping pong. Opinion on carrots. Yeah, photography. Like photoshopping things. Bishop back. There's a lot of squares the bishop can move back to. A bishop can also move forward. Queenside castling will lose the bishop. Bishop d1. Not quite. Yeah, bishop d1, king takes d1, queenside castling. It's not worth sacrificing the bishop to castle check. I showed this once in the St. Louis Chess Club lecture. And a few people were suggesting knight a5, which looks like a very reasonable move to defend the bishop and keep the file obstructed. But this is actually a big mistake because bishop d2 and black is losing a piece. Like, this construction is just crumbling for black. Knight d5 is not legal. Oh, knight d4 loses the knight. Yeah, looks like maybe a few people have the right idea. Bishop a4. So I saw this position coming back before I took on c3. And the beauty of this move is, like, from white's perspective, it seems like, oh, the bishop moved, now it's time to take the pawn. But when the rook takes the pawn, I play one more move, and white resigns. Queenside castling. And it's so beautiful. Like, again, it's so easy to forget the fact that castling is legal. But this is forking the rook and threatening mate in one. And white just losing the rook here. The b7 pawn was poisonous. So, yeah, this is one of my favorites, like, opening tricks I've ever played. It's not really a trap that comes up too often. Like, there's been no games in the online database from this position. Although, this position has occurred a couple times. Wow, so 2 games on Lichess featured bishop d5. That's why queenside castling sounds like oh. Yeah. The sound of pleasure. Yeah, the match against Adriana is finished. I think the final score was 10-2. Had some fun games. Had a lot of long endgame fights.